And welcome back. Boxing Around the Ring. Just got done watching the Terrance Crawford, Errol Spence, welterweight, undisputed matchup. What a fight. That was crazy. Worth every penny. Couldn't miss a split second. Don't blink your eye type of fight. Now, did anybody see that coming? That type of performance from Terrance Crawford. I mean, you always know it can go that way, but I don't think nobody really saw that. Nobody saw that coming. Not with Errol Spence. Man, let's get into it. So, the first round. Well, first let's just go to the walk-in. Spence come out, he got his artists, the usual. Crawford come out with Eminem. And I thought immediately, that's strange. He come out with Eminem. Eminem say a little something, move to the side, and then they start walking out together. But Eminem not even rapping. His song is just playing over the, intercom or whatever, over the loudspeakers. So I thought that was pretty strange. Like, what's the point? Anyways, moving on. So a lot of people, thought that was strange. I had a few conversations, and yeah. So the first round kicks off. Terrance Crawford is, on the move, and Errol Spence is on the hunt. Errol Spence jab looked magnificent in that first round. It was sharp like a piston, The only thing I started to notice is that he really wasn't setting them up with nothing different than he usually does with other fighters. And I thought that would end up costing him. Terrance Crawford did hit him with I think it was a nice left hook. That was the most significant punch in that fight. Some people gave that first round to Errol, but I gave it to Crawford just based off the fact that Errol was throwing a lot of punches, and jabbing a lot, but I feel like Crawford was blocking all of them. I feel like or most of them. And the punches that mattered, that landed, I think Crawford got the better of. So I gave that first round to Crawford. And I saw some things, and I was like, I just thought to myself, this is gonna cost Errol. If Errol don't change that up and put his hands up, he about to get knocked out. And what do you know? Second round, he come out there with the same thing, same tactic, and he get knocked out. He get dropped. First time in his career, Errol Spence hit the canvas. He get up, and now it's like 5 seconds to go in the round. Errol is wobbly. Terrance Crawford hopped out right on him. The bell rang. If it wasn't for that, he would have been out. Errol Spence would have been out in the second round. Third round. Errol Spence coming out with the same tactic, y'all. Charging straight at him like a bull. Trying to go to the body. Jab to the head, go to the body. Jab to the body, go to the head. 1-2. Just the same old tactics that he usually use. And that wasn't cool. And I felt like, that was going to end up costing him. And it did. So, long story short, Terrance Crawford just kept outboxing him, every round. Knocked him down again. So he knocked him down in the second round. Then he knocked him down again. I believe it was the fourth or the fifth. Then he knocked him down again. I believe it was the eighth. He knocked him down in the eighth round. And then in the ninth round, he knocked him down twice, and it was over with. I believe it's total 5 rounds. Errol Spence hit the canvas. Wow. Did not see that coming. I want to talk about the coaches. Bo Mack was giving Crawford good advice in the corner. Derrick James, I felt like in the beginning was not giving, really good advice, sound advice to Errol Spence. on what to do to switch it up, a different game plan. Hey, every time you come in, this is when he catching you. When you throw, like this, he catching you. Keep your hands up. Like, number one, keep your hands up. When you're on the outside, keep your hands up. Just because you're on the outside don't mean you're safe. You in there with a fighter who can jab and move and stick and move and fight on the outside too. And it's tricky. So, keep your hands up. I think Errol Spence did a bad job of keeping his hands up during this fight. Derrick James did not get on him about that. He did, however, give him some good advice. What was that? The end of round 8. He was just telling him like, hey, throw one punch when you in there and get out, because that's when he catching you. And it's like, man, you waited too long. He been hit all upside the head. I ain't never seen Errol Spence, face look like that. Besides, him being in a car crash, it took a car crash for Errol Spence to actually look like he had some damage done to him. But not in this fight. And that's not taking a shot at Errol, for being in a car crash. I'm glad he survived, and nobody wants to go through nothing like that. But I'm just simply saying it took something like that to mess with Errol Spence, because that's how tough he is. So that just goes to show how tough Terrance Crawford is to be able to do what he did to Errol Spence. Golly, damn, that was a crazy fight. I'm happy I bought that. That was one of them fights where you don't want to miss. And I'm hoping that everybody paid their money and did not bootleg the fight. That's just messed up if you did. We got to support each other. Tried to go live on YouTube, and I'm restricted, and restricted on Facebook for some reason. I got to figure that out. I don't know what's going on. I'll try to work that out. So I'll get to the bottom of that, and then I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do lives after that, after I figure out whatever is going on keeping me from being able to go live. But all in all, this was a good fight. I'll be back again to do a real post-fight breakdown of this fight. And also, let's go back to Derrick James, talking about Bo Mac's weight and, calling him ma'am. I told you that wasn't a good look, and that wasn't bringing no good energy. So, yeah. Now, as far as, Terrance Crawford's mom, there was a little joke that Derrick James said, like, well, Mama Crawford won't be dancing in the ring after this fight and all that. Well, she was dancing. She was dancing her ass off. So, yeah. Better luck next time. I guess Errol Spence is going to do the rematch. He wants the rematch. I don't know if it's a good idea. With the beating that he took from Terrance Crawford in this fight, I don't know if he can do anything to change the outcome, of this fight. I will say he did have a 18-month layoff or something like that, something around there. So that might have played a part in his timing and speed and everything. But I still don't know if he can do anything with Terrance Crawford. Terrance Crawford's IQ is much higher than Errol Spence's, and it showed in this fight. His defense is much better than Errol Spence, and it showed in this fight. So I don't know if Errol Spence can do anything to pull out the victory if they fight again. I hope they fight again. I'm pretty sure it'll be entertaining. If not as entertaining as this fight, it possibly could be better. You never know. But one thing I did notice, Terrance Crawford was wearing Everlast gloves, and them jokers looked heavy. Those are puncher's gloves, those are puncher's gloves. So I knew right away he was going for the knockout. When I saw them Everlast gloves, I was like, oh man, he going for the knockout. Think about it. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury wore them Everlast gloves. Madonna, Adrian Bruner. Madonna wore them knockout Everlast gloves. All right, it's a reason why Mayweather, was not having it when Madonna and Mayweather fought. Nope, you're not wearing those gloves. You're gonna have to switch it up. Mayweather was smart. See, it's other things that go into boxing, outside the ring that you got to have awareness of too. Now, I'm not saying anything funny about Crawford. I think Crawford just whooped him. I just think Crawford whooped him. He wore Everlast gloves. He knew what he wanted to do. He had puncher's gloves. His defense was way better than Errol Spence. Crawford didn't really have a mark on him anywhere. Nothing. I didn't see a blemish on him. His defense was too good. His guards was too good. What nothing Errol Spence could do. Even when Errol connected, it was like it bounced right off of him. Crawford wasn't phased. He was rolling with the punches. His counters was good. I mean, perfect counters. Stiff, straight jabs. See, what everybody is, wondering is like, oh, how did the jab hurt Spence like that? It's not just the jab. It's how Crawford was jabbing. Crawford was timing Errol Spence. Speed plus timing equals a lot of power. A lot of power. When your face is running into a Mack truck, when you running into it, you getting smashed even harder. And that's what was happening. He was, packing his face up. Every time Errol Spence went in with that jab to the body, bow, straight jab waiting for him. Stiff too. Overhand left, overhand right, all type of combinations whenever Errol Spence jabbed to the body, because Errol Spence defense disappears when he jabs to the body. It disappears. Nothing is up. When he's on the outside, his guard's not up. Terrance Crawford is able to jab him because his guard's not up. Errol thought he was safe because he was on the outside. Derrick James just didn't really give him, not too much advice to help out with that. But anyways, I'll be back again to, like I said, to do a real breakdown of this fight. I want to watch it again just to see some things that I might have missed. You never know. But you guys, thanks for watching. Tune in. The Oscar Show, Boxing Around the Ring. I'm out.